Hey y'all, so I want to show you my fairy garden and how I keep it stocked with really cool little plants. So this is my little fairy garden, and if you guys have watched my 2018, 19, and maybe even back 2017, I had this same type of fairy garden. Back then though, I used to have a bunch of succulents, and I don't do succulents as much because they don't do as well in my home as I would like. So now what I've done is I've kind of evolved this fairy garden into a place where I like to collect terrarium type plants or my propagated plants. And in this little garden I can have anywhere between 5 to 6 to 7 plants in here at one time. So this plant right here, I believe is a, well, maybe I'm hopeful that it's a watermelon peperonium. I'm not 100% sure. In my house plant tour video for 2019, I have a plant very similar to this in my bathroom, and one of the viewers mentioned that they thought it was a Pilea Sprucena. I did some more independent research and I think they were right, and this one kind of looks like that one, so that this one could be a Pilea as well. So what time we'll be able to really determine exactly what type of plant this is. Now this one here, if you look really closely, well, not really closely, but if you look closely, the leaves are shaped like spoons. This one I believe is a silver spoon or a copper spoon Kalanchoe plant, or Kalanchoe. Not sure how you pronounce it, but this little guy here I purchased as, well, in the succulent section, so it was about maybe an inch tall, not big at all. And this has been a really slow grower, but it's grown really nicely, and I believe over time it will actually develop some branches and really get really big, so can't wait. This guy here, I've done some independent research, and I think I think this one is a silver Pilea. I'm not 100% sure, but it came in this little terrarium pot, as you can see here, and there is no name on it. It just says terrarium plant. So anyway, I think this is a silver Pilea, or I've seen it called an aluminum plant. So we'll just have to see what it's going to grow up to be. I'm going to put it right there in this little spot right here. I think that's a perfect place for it. And this won't stay here. It's going to get bigger, I think 12 to 18 inches. So we're just going to watch it grow for a little bit, and then I'll repot it and move it. So these are some aloe pups in here, and then there's another aloe type plant in there. I do not know the specific variety of that one, but that one has been growing ever since I had my my succulent garden, so it's doing very well in this area and in this little fairy garden. Another plant that I have in here is the Hoya plant, also known as like the wax plant, and I did this one as a propagated plant. It was small when I first put it in there, and it's growing pretty well. It probably is about time for me to move that one out, put it in a smaller pot, and let it really start to flourish. So that is the Hoya plant, and you know, I think it's really pretty. So we'll see what happens with that one. So this is just another kind of view of that spoon plant that I think is a spoon plant. I have my little gnome in there, and this fairy garden has been a lot of fun. My nieces, when they come over, they're younger, they love to play in the little fairy garden. The house door opens and closes, so it really becomes something that they enjoy playing with. And I don't mind. Now the soil for this, I like to keep, I try to water this every 2 to 3 days, because it's a very shallow pot that I have all these in. I just have a little squeezy bottle that I just squeeze right at the root of these plants, and I do it often just because it's such a shallow space and I don't want them to dry out. Now I keep this little fairy garden in an area in my home that gets bright indirect sunlight, so it really does well in that area. So anyway, this is my little fairy garden. This is how I collect terrarium plants and how I handle my propagated plants. And if you have any questions, any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.